Well, this book is a version of a text that I began 25 years ago in India, where I was living, and I had access to a tremendous library, and I spent much time there researching the death process, researching many things that I myself saw from the inside, and there was nobody out there talking about it. To me, death was never a certainty. It was never a final ending. I knew that life continues, and I knew that there's different qualities of spirits, that they're all around us. This is not something I had to learn. But growing up in the kind of Western world where this is all like, what? You know, I always felt a little bit out of it. So researching when I was in India was an important part of my learning and adapting the language that would be allowed or admissible by the more intellectual people. Well, the Bardo Thodol and the Tibetans say this, the Sufis say this, right? In Sanskrit scriptures it is written that, or the Bible says this, then people listen. When I say, well, I saw, forget it, just discard it. So in acquiring that, I studied about the Bardo Thodol, and I began writing a book of the dead, which was very prosaic, very daily life. And that version kept going on and on and on. I created a process out of it with the students. I've always had students. It seems like I've always had students, or people who listen to me. And another version grew in South America, a big version. When I first went to Brazil, the first place I went to was the Buddhist Association, and I proposed to them to do this process. So that was it. That went into a book of the dead. Then after I left Brazil and I came here, it expanded more and more. So there have been like 8 different versions of this book until this last one marries perfectly not only the times that we're living in now, which have become more intense, more dramatic. It seems to me like every day is survival for everyone. Lots of hopes and dreams, but just as much, you know, the pressure to crush our dreams and our hopes. That death is so imminent from all the corners. The sensitivity of people is being crushed, where what we need is that grain of sensitivity to make this a better world. People are so numbed by pain, by ideas, by beliefs. And this is a perfect time to bring this up. And it's a good sequel to my Inner Alchemy book, which is very basic, to say, okay, this is what you do with Inner Alchemy. This is what you are about in everyday life. As you read the book, you'll read letters of goodbye from a husband to a wife, and you'll see how much vested interest there is in that relationship. I will love you forever. Yes, there's no forever, sorry. But the illusion keeps them going. Or you are the most beautiful, most perfect creature upon this earth. Well, that's the veils of illusion. If we could see one another truly in our real beauty and not the physical one, or the comfort that they give you, which makes them beautiful. All of these things, they're treated in therapy, but not in the experiential way, not in the natural, loving way. We embrace people here. We give you the confidence in yourself to go there and undress and really bring those deep innermost feelings that are trapped in there, to go into the feeling depth of a human being. So when we arrive at the version now, it is after a long, long journey at the end of my own life, where I have faced my own possibility of dying, and where I wake up every day and I say, can I die today? Not as a morbid thought, but as a true, aware posture. Can I die today? What have I left unfinished behind me? What ugliness have I contributed to? What have I not forgiven yet? Can I go in peace without the fear that the monsters that persecute me are my own unfulfilled desires, my own hatreds, my own unfinished business?